everyone. Welcome to another live stream. I'm Taylor, and today I'm going to show you guys how I make an app. You may be thinking you're going to make an app just like everybody else in the world, aren't you? Well, not true. So, if you're new to this channel, there we go. All right, then you know that, or may not know that I am blind. Now, why does this matter? Because the way that I will develop an app is different from the way that others will. And today I want to show you guys how I develop an app as a blind iOS developer. I've got a real project that I got to work on today. It's called Perspective Transcribe. And today I'm going to be working on it live on stream and showing you guys how I develop apps in the process. If you guys are here, say hi in chat. I'll be checking it as well throughout stream. You'll be able to hear everything I'm doing. I will have VoiceOver on. If you guys don't know what VoiceOver is, it is a screen reader. Don't freak out. There's not a robot coming to invade your phone. It is how I navigate the computer being blind. So I just want to put that out there. Okay, let's see if we've been chats. Hold on. There we go. Okay, let's see if I have chats. Let me go look here. Thank you guys for being here. Hello, Ditto. Howdy again. By the way, I wanted to talk about my last stream. I did a iCloud connector where I showed how to do it. I actually got it to work. It just took until 11:30 that night to get it done, but it is working. So I'll probably do a demo of that later. But it does work, and I'm able to use my iCloud through my ChatGPT connector. If you haven't seen that stream, go watch it. It was kind of a cluster, but I got it done. Welcome everybody. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get ourselves started here. I have some work that I just did outside of camera. So let me get rid of that. Let me see here. All right. To help us with the stream today, I'm using my Parallels desktop. I've got Windows. Now, the reason I'm using that is I'll show you guys what I actually do is I put all my work in ChatGPT and I create a project, and that actually helps to make sure that I'm focused. And it also helps to ensure that ChatGPT knows what I'm doing and just instead of codecs so that I can also talk to it live, like if I'm on voice mode when I'm not coding it on my computer. And it also serves as a good project manager. So I'll show you guys that setup as well. I've got NVDA on there and I'm using Parallels virtualization there. All right, let's check chat a minute and then we'll get started in just a second here. Okay, so let me okay, hold on. Asking for my passcode. Okay, so I'm opening up chat on my phone here. That's how I'll be watching chats. And we're going to have a great time. Chat is wondering, why am I streaming during work hours? I should be working, not slacking. Well, you know, okay, stop playing videos. So my boss, Michael, wanted me to go live today, and I actually agreed. I wanted to show people how I make apps being blind because not a lot of people are doing this, and I wanted to show what it takes to actually make an app. We're not going to make an app full today. We're actually going to work on my existing app that's going to be in the App Store. It already is in the App Store. We're working on version 2 today. And some of the changes are done that I want, and some of them are not. So that's. But yes, we also have our app Perspective Intelligence. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's an on-device chat, and you can be able to go ahead and like add files, and it uses tools like connecting to contacts, calendars, and things, and memories. It has a new version today, and the Mac version is out. The iOS is not. We're waiting for Apple. So if you guys want to check out Perspective Intelligence, go ahead and do so. All right, it's in the description. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and get us started. I got my iOS device connected to my computer. I've got everything set up, and so let's go ahead and get this party started. Let's see here. All right. I'm just getting my phone. It's deciding to connect to the Windows instead of the Mac. Fun times. Why am I not using a Windows computer on the side so that I can be able to not use parallels? Well, I want to have it all on one machine, and that way it's cool because I can copy between my Windows and Mac with parallels. So I can take the Mac clipboard and put it on Windows. It's pretty cool. That's why I'm not doing that. All right. So, all right, here we go. So, Perspective Transcribe. Okay. I've got that. There we go. Okay. So, it's mostly working. The OAuth is being weird. Yeah. Exactly. And it took like another hour to get it working. So, okay, everything is all set up. And now we're going to go ahead and get this party started. So I'm going to share my screen. Oh, does that open? Close that window. I don't need more stuff open than I need. Because as you're going to find out, this is a pretty intensive process. So let me share my screen here. And I'll be sharing my iPhone as well throughout this. So
My audio button. Group. Zoom. Us as new window.
okay,
Zoom,
the
us as new
sound.
window.
There we go, VoiceOver. So if you guys don't know, VoiceOver is a screen reader for Mac OS. And this helps me navigate the world around me on my computer and helps me develop. We're using codecs today. We're using 5.6 sol high. Reason is that I want to make sure that the code is generated that's good, and I have the max plan. So to be truthful, it matters for costs and credits, but I want to make sure, since this is a professional project, we always prefer Sol to make sure it's actually the best code it can be, since it knows the Swift standards. Of course, how are we making this app? Well, we're using Swift. Oh, we better record this.
Parallels
Well,
desktop. Windows 11. Chat GPT. Finder.
record
Zoom.
this.
Mute. Record to this computer.
So we're
Parallels
using
desktop. Windows 11.
Swift.
Chat GPT. Finder. Finder.
And
Messages.
there we go.
App. Sell
Okay.
two items. Close window.
Close this.
Windows
I
11.
forgot I was
Alias.
sharing my screen already. So I just recorded, and now I'm going to go ahead and go back to codecs. Now, I was working on this before I got into stream because I had some changes that I was trying to work on since yesterday, and then I got distracted, so I forgot to finish them. Well, I finished them now, and I'm going to go ahead and see what happened. We're going to test in just a little bit, but I just finished testing, and I don't like what I just saw. So I'll fix that in a minute, but I'm going to show you guys so I just got all these changes done. What I did is I added speaker diarization. What this is that allows to separate into speakers, like Taylor said, Michael said, whatever. For a transcription app, that's definitely needed. So Perspective Transcribe is an app. It's in the App Store. You guys can look in the description. It's over there. What it allows you to do is you can transcribe anything. So you can record, you can import files, you can be able to get summaries and action items like tasks. You can even chat with the transcripts. So I could be like, what did Taylor say in the stream about VoiceOver? And it could help find it. And it uses all on-device models. Well, now I'm going to modernize it for version 2. And we're going to add a whole bunch of changes. There's already a change in there called Quick Capture. What that does is really cool. I made this because I need to be able to capture Discord frequently. So I can record Discord. I can open transcribe on the Mac. And I can press a keystroke and I set it up and it will auto record Discord. And then it will transcribe it when it's done. So it's really, really cool. You can record anything in quick capture, and I like it because if there's something that can't be recorded, even like in Discord or something, I could just go record it in Perspective Transcribe, share the audio file with my colleagues, and be able to get the information that's needed rather than having to set up another Zoom plugin or codex, not codex, Discord. I'm gonna get that word right eventually. All right. So, how are you guys doing today? Any thoughts on what are you guys thinking about? I'm definitely wanting to get this app done. So, let's look at our app now. I'm gonna do the first thing here. So, what I always do, as I was alluding to earlier, is I have trouble keeping focus. You guys know that. And the trouble with this is I get too excited and I want to add too many features. So what I've actually done is something with ChatGPT where if you guys have heard of projects, I create a project for each of my projects. And every time I'm done with a codex task, I copy the transcript in Markdown. And that way ChatGPT has the transcript. So it's really, really cool. I like it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and then we're going to go to Windows, and I'm going to get my next task from Codex. And it also helps to make good prompts as well, because I give it an idea of what I want to do, and it makes it better so that the AI understands how to get it done. So let me
Zoom. Parallels
show
desktop.
you
Windows
guys.
11. ChatGPT. One new item. ChatGPT.
So I've got ChatGPT over here. I'm done with my task. I'm going to press Command-Shift-M.
Copy conversation as markdown close. Finder. Zoom. Parallels desk. Windows 11. Parallels desktop. Windows 11.
Let
Submenu.
me slow this down. All right. There we go. Let me slow NVDA. Fortunately, there we go. The keyboard command wasn't working to slow down speech because it's a VM. So that's unfortunate. So I'm in the transcribe project. You hear it said new chat and perspective transcribe. All I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the transcript from what we just did. This helps it to get memory of the project and also helps me to keep on track. Because, I get too happy and I want to add 15 million features and then I never get anything done. So I pasted it. And now I want to say I need to fix these settings. I can also dictate this as well because there is a setting category called recording that has only one setting, instant recording. The same issue is in the export setting category. Oops. All right. So again, I'm going to probably dictate, but I just want to make sure I can actually get this done. So I'm going to send prompt or press enter. And you notice ChatGPT has all the context of my project. Let me make this full screen. Oh, is it not? Hold on.
Searcher ask. Application. Parallels desktop.
Make this full
Windows
screen.
11. Window. Title message. You are
I
currently on
realized
the
it wasn't
text element.
maximized. There we go. Sorry, y'all. When I'm on Windows, you have two screen readers because I got Mac and Windows. So if you hear two different robotic voices, that's what it is. All right, let's see. ChatGPT is responding. And the reason I do this is so that ChatGPT knows what's going on, and it can also serve as another buffer, so that ChatGPT is like, actually, what you just did is not effective, or you are going way too crazy on those features, which I love to do. Okay, I'm just reading this. See how much it knows about me. All right, let's a codex task for this. And it makes a codex task
Inside
that
of
I
a
can
toolbar.
copy
To
into
navigate
Markdown.
items on this.
There we go. All right, here we go. So I made a codex task and I'm reading this. This is its prompt and it does much better than I do. And it also helps to ensure that I read this so I can understand what codex is doing and ChatGPT made. I can make prompts myself, but it's just easier and also it doubles as a way so that it can keep me on track. So I've tried this ever since last Wednesday. It seemed to work really well. All right. Wow, thank you guys for 3 likes already. Okay. Oh, you can't hear NVDA. Oh, okay. Let me look at that. That's probably because of parallels. and I didn't consider that. Hold on. Excited to learn from my process. You have the night version of my Mac background. Cool. All right, let me figure out this NVDA thing. I may not be able to because it's parallels and I totally forgot to test list. So bear with me. At least I'm describing it, but bear with me. Most of this is going to be on Mac. It's just ChatGPT is giving the instructions and then I'll paste them again. I'll repeat them on Mac. So we're going to bear with me and figure this out. But it's probably parallel. So I'm just copying this right now.
Windows 11 ChatGPT 1 ChatGPT.
I'm going to press Command V.
Paste.
And this is what ChatGPT came up with.
Codex web content.
Oh.
Deny button main.
Wait a
Hit
minute.
push origin main. Deny allow once button.
Oh, I forgot to push my
You are
last
currently on the
changes.
button. Do anything.
Whoops. Well, either way, I just hit push. I need to make sure my Git repo is activated. And what I always like to do is
Codex
archive
web
my
content.
chats. Shush, VoiceOver. Why do I like to archive? That way I don't have to keep going through these, and that way I know, okay, this chat's done. Let me archive it. I always like every one task to start a new chat.
Deny button main. Git status. Shortened and git rev parse head and then git rev parse origin slash main and then git ls remote origin rev slash head slash main. Deny allow once button.
All right.
Do anything.
Allow. What I can do as well is use ChatGPT on Mac. So I'll try that next go around. Let me look at that in a minute, but let me. But yeah, I'll check
Response
VoiceOver.
complete. Pushed successfully to main.
Y'all, this thing is really verbose, so it keeps talking over me. Good, this pushed to main. We have an app in Techopolis called Techopolis Notify, and what that allows us to do is it sees when all of our teammates commit and push, and that allows us to know, it gives me a confirmation that actually this was pushed. So obviously it doesn't tell me anything now because I'm in Do Not Disturb, but that's one of the things that we did. I actually built this myself. We used what's called APNS, which is the Apple Push Notification Service. We got a key. You have to have Apple Developer. And then I made an app that will, every time that there's a notification, it checks with a GitHub webhook. And it says, hey, it says GitHub push receive. We use a voice called Gokoro. And we make a sample MP3 file. What that allows us to do is that it has like predefined sayings like GitHub push received or DigitalOcean deploying. We use DigitalOcean for our web assets. So that's something we like doing, and I made this by myself with AI, I believe Codex. And we keep it in test flight for all of our team to download. The only issue is we update it every 3 months to make sure that the test flight build doesn't expire, because we don't want this for everybody, but we want it for just our team. We could use enterprise profiles and things, but that's just a lot of work for a team of like 2 or 3. All right, Gaming with Ears, thank you so much for watching these. Thank you guys for being here. All right. So let me tell you guys what this did.
Do anything. Text entry area. Do anything. Line 1. Insertion at beginning of text. Do anything. Text entry area. Do anything. Line 1. Insertion at beginning of text. Main. Paste. Change permission. Add files and remove pasted text attachment. Button. Group. Show in text field. Button. Number codex task. Clean up settings categories with single items. Number objective refactor. You are currently on the select of a show in text field. Button. Do anything. Text entry area. Pound codex task. Clean up settings categories with single items. Line 49. Insertion at beginning of word. Rule. Pound objective. Refactor the settings information architecture so that categories containing only one setting do not appear as unnecessary standalone sections. The current problem includes at least recording category. Contains only instant recording export category. Also contains only a single setting. These categories make settings feel fragmented and unfinished. They also create unnecessary navigation overhead for VoiceOver users. Pound requirements. 1. Inspect the entire settings implementation before changing anything. 2. Identify every settings category that currently contains only one setting. 3. Do not invent additional settings simply to justify keeping a category. 4. Move singleton settings into the most logical existing category. 5. Remove the now unnecessary category from the settings navigation. 6. Preserve the existing behavior, persistence, defaults, and storage keys of the moved settings. 7. Do not change how instant recording functions. 8. Do not break any existing export behavior. 9. Do not remove functionality merely because its settings category is being removed. 10. Keep the settings hierarchy simple and understandable to a non-technical user. Pound information architecture. Treat this as an information architecture cleanup, not just a visual change. Use this general rule. A dedicated settings category should normally contain multiple meaningfully related controls. A category containing only one small preference should usually be consolidated into a broader logical category. Avoid categories that exist only to wrap a single toggle or picker. Do not create filler settings. Determine the best destination for instant recording based on the existing settings structure and product behavior. Do the same for the current singleton setting under asterisk asterisk export asterisk asterisk. If another existing category is clearly appropriate, use it. If the settings structure itself needs minor reorganization to make the grouping coherent, make the smallest reasonable change. Pound accessibility. Accessibility is a release requirement. Verify the final settings experience with VoiceOver semantics in mind. Asterisk no redundant navigation levels. Asterisk section and category names must clearly describe their contents. Asterisk controls must retain meaningful accessibility labels. Asterisk toggles, pickers, buttons, and navigation links must expose the correct role and state. Asterisk navigation order must remain logical. Asterisk moving a setting must not cause duplicate accessibility labels. Asterisk do not rely on visual placement alone to communicate what a setting controls. The app must remain usable without sight. UI/visual quality. App.
Okay, so that's a lot. Either way, I read this before I gave it to you guys because I just had it in one year. But that's kind of the prompts that Codex generates. And why? Because it's all based on the context. It looks at GitHub and it's a connector. And it looks there and it's like, okay, here are the things that are the issue. I give it a general bug report. And this way it gives things that I would not have thought about because visuals obviously are important. But as a blind developer, ChatGPT knows how to convey that better than I do. So that's kind of how we do the first start is the codex prompt from ChatGPT. All right, so I'm going to press enter on this.
Code do anything. Text entry area do anything. Line 1. Insertion at beginning of text. Main. You are
Now it
currently
says,
on the text area.
it says do anything. That's the edit field. And then I just press enter and it's doing something. I'm going to press VO left to see what it is.
Change permissions, add files and reading. First map the complete settings hierarchy, persistence paths, routes, and platform variants before editing. I'm using the Swift UI pattern skill because this is a navigation/grouping refactor. Then I'll make the narrowest consolidation and verify builds, behavior, accessibility, semantics, and layouts as far as the available targets allow. You are currently on the selectable text.
Okay, well, the hints are kind of interesting because I got rid of them, but they still show up in Codex because of the way it's made. So what it's doing is this skill is basically a tutorial for an agent. And I've got a lot of Swift skills here. And these allow the agent to do better Swift work. So it's using a Swift UI architecture skill that I have from Paul Hudson. So yeah, that is one of the things. I have a lot of different skills. Paul Hudson is a great Swift developer, and I love his work. And I definitely use a lot of his skills. So Paul Hudson, definitely check him out. He loves accessibility, and he's True Straws on X and Mastodon, I believe. Or might just be Paul Hudson. It's hackingwithswift.com.
Working for one copy message. Working heading level 4. Child first map the complete settings. I loaded a tool. Red files collapsed. Heading level 4. ChatGPT said. A prior workspace note warns that this cloud mounter path was once only a handoff copy, so I'm explicitly rechecking its identity and dirty state before touching it. If it is now a real work tree, I'll work here. Otherwise, I'll stop rather than edit the wrong copy.
Okay, this is something I don't understand. It keeps doing this. I'm gonna have to fix this thing because this cloud mounter. No, this is a real project. It keeps So this is something that's interesting because this code base has been around for a while. Perhaps it could have been on a network drive, but that's not what is the problem. So I'm gonna have to look at this because I'm in the Perspective Transcribe repo and the project. You create projects for Codex, which what those do is those keep all your memories and source code and everything in one place. It's like a directory.
Read files. Heading level 4. The handoff directory is not a repository. The real checkout is /user/tailor/developer/perspective transcribe. Currently clean on main. I'm continuing read only there to inventory all settings and references. I only request write access once the exact patch is known. Read files. Rand heading level 4. ChatGPT response. The inventory found one important mismatch with the task description. Allow once button. Edit files. Allow ChatGPT to edit the following files. Elarc deny button. /user/tailor/perspective transcribe test/settings navigation tests. Swift. +6-64. /user/tailor/developer/perspective transcribe/view/settings/settings view. Swift. +17-0. /user/tailor/developer/perspective transcribe/perspective transcribe/view/settings/data settings view. Swift. Allow ChatGPT to edit the file. Edit files. Allow /+17.
And I can click on these and read the code that's read the code that's changed. I do that sometimes, but it's kind of a process and the accessibility is spotty. So what I do instead is that's why I have the ChatGPT task. Because one of the things I asked ChatGPT to do is explain the code in plain language, like every line that was changed. So that way I understand what's going on. So that's why I didn't review the diffs here because otherwise it's just kind of hard to do with VoiceOver and it takes a lot more time. So I have ChatGPT help with that process.
/user deny allow once button. Do anything.
I just hit allow once. It asks for approval. How am I getting VoiceOver to say the line numbers like that? Are you talking about the ones in the do anything? Because there's a line number setting. Otherwise, I think it's what Codex does. So I'm not sure I'll have to figure out what exactly you're asking about. But if you're asking about the numbers, like the added +1, +3, that is a codex thing about the do anything line one. I believe there's a voiceover setting somewhere. Otherwise, it could be something that ChatGPT codex did. Let me look at the diff reveal left.
Chat files and more. 3 5 step 2 slash scroll to bottom button. Step 2 slash 4.
Step
You
2
are
slash
currently on the
4,
selectable text.
that is a to-do list. So it's halfway done.
Scroll to toggle side panel. Toggle pins. Share. Chat actions. Menu.
Oh,
Anything. Text entry
I
area.
lost
Codex.
focus.
Webcon.
So, oh, it's refreshing. So I press E to edit for the edit field, and I press tab.
Deny button main.
Let's see.
+1 -0 slash user slash Taylor slash developer slash perspective transcribe test slash settings navigation tests. Swift. Scroll to bottom button. Edit file allow chat slash U +1 deny allow once button.
I just
Do
edited
anything.
this. Okay. So either way, it will refresh and it will say, hey, Codex needs something. If I'm out of the app, Codex will actually make a sound. You can go to general, command comma, or all the way down the bottom, and it will say the sound settings, like sound for only if I'm in the app, only if I'm not in the app, always. So I love the sound feature that tells me, hey, Codex is done.
5.6 soul content. Do any change. Add 5 3 5 step 2 slash scroll to bottom. Running startable test. The first test run surfaced the Swift 6 isolation issue in the new test. Not in the app. Settings tab is inferred as main actor isolated because it is declared with Swift UI view code. I'm marking the test class as main actor and rerunning. The app source itself reached compilation successfully. You are current heading level 4. ChatGPT said.
I don't know why it's making that as main actor because it's assumed in the new Swift. That's weird. I'll have to look at that again later. Ah, at least on Tahoe. Oh, I'm on. Oh, that probably should be specified. I'm on Golden Gate beta. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm on Golden Gate, so that could be something to uh be wondering about. Why? Because I'm a developer and I need to make sure our stuff works with a new version coming out in September. That's why I'm on the betas. That's why. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for dealing with the technical issues. So you hear that my fan, maybe you can't hear this through Zoom. My fan is going a little crazy. Why is that? Well, Perspective Transcribe has a lot of AI in it. For starters, we've got AI for the chat, like the chatting with the transcripts. We've got AI for the transcription, like Whisper and Parakeet. So that all requires a lot of machine learning resources, and that's why my Mac goes crazy when it builds the app.
Heading level 4. The first test run surface running startable text step 2 slash 4. Heading level 4. The first test run surface the Swift 6 isolation issue in the new test. Not in the app. Settings tab is inferred as main actor isolated because it is declared with Swift UI view code. I'm marking the test class as main actor and rerunning. The app source itself reached compilation successfully. You are currently on the text element.
And I always, let's see. All right. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. And although, by the way, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys. I've been trying to do this for like 6 years. And what is the hardest part about developing apps being blind? Visuals. Let me tell you, visuals are evil. Evil, evil, evil. I want to make my stuff look good, but being blind, it's a little difficult. So what do? Well, first of all, that's why I have the ChatGPT project. And by the way, you can create unlimited amount of those. And if you run out of ChatGPT, unlike Claude, like if you run out of codex, you could still use ChatGPT, which is nice. And the other thing is too, is that I ensure that every time I do development, that visual checking is included. Codex has a feature called computer use. And what that will do is it will like boot up simulators and test it out and make sure it looks good visually. The other thing I do for visuals is I ask Michael. If you guys don't know, Michael's my boss. He's been doing app development for over 11 years. He has low vision, so he can see a lot more than I can. But I still try to make myself look good, even if he cannot look at it right away. I want to make sure that it's as good as it can be. So that's what I do with visuals.
Running startable test. The first test run surface. Running start step 2 slash 4. End of running stop. Running start. Edited a file. Ran a command. You are current. The first test run surfaced the Swift 6 isolation issue in the new test. Not in the app. Settings tab is inferred as main actor isolated because it is declared with Swift UI view code. I'm marking the test class as main actor and rerunning. The app source itself reached compilation successfully. Response. The corrected code and focused tests compile. The scheme's full UI suite is also running. 10 of 11 UI tests passed, with one existing subscriber fixture test failing before it reaches settings. Perspective_transcribe UI tests. Swift. 256. I'm letting the run finish so I can separate that unrelated failure from the focused settings results. You are edited a file. Ran heading level 4. Response. The corrected code and focused test. Correct code and. Edited a file. Ran heading level 4. Heading level 4. Chat GP response complete. The corrected code and focused planning UI testing and step 2/4. 3 add files and.
So you see it's really getting loud, and I'm just reading this so I understand. So I guess there was a subscriber test that was failing. These are called unit tests or automated tests where it checks for things like, is everything still working? And this is really important in software development because not everything can be manually tested. So unit/automated testing is really, really important. Same thing as UI testing where it looks at the UI responsiveness visually. So, all right, what else we got? Why do I use Codec Standalone when Apple has it built in? Well, the story of my life. So, the reason I do this is, did you know that you can actually get all of Apple's skills built in to Codecs? I have a post somewhere on Mastodon in my old Mastodon archive where you can actually download the skills that Apple in Xcode is using. The reason I do the standalone app is because there's a lot of accessibility issues with Xcode. And I'm not going to get into those now. I could do a later review.
Allow once
but,
button. Terminal, do you want to allow me to stop the unspotted deny allow once button?
Oh, there's no hanging Xcode. The reason I do this is because it's easier for me to use Codec Standalone because with regular Xcode, you don't get notifications. You don't get anything like I do with the sounds. You don't also get a lot of the features where it has the browser. So if I'm doing web stuff, you don't get the memories. You don't get the plan mode when I need it. You don't get a lot of the harness. So a model has, whenever you're looking at AI coding tools, it's called a harness. A harness is everything around the model. Think about tools, think about reading files, editing files, writing files. That's called a harness, and it basically allows the model to be productive. Well, Xcode's harness is okay, but I've definitely found better performance with the Xcode or with the Codec Standalone. There's also a way if you go in the Xcode folder, you can get the skills that Apple has for Xcode without using the Xcode in accessibility. And so there's actually ways you can get those and you can put them in there. Not to mention, OpenAI has a Codex iOS development plugin that you can use that has all of the skills as well from Apple. And if it doesn't, you can add the Apple ones to supplement it. So that's why I use this better because I like it a lot. And it's a little bit more accessible than Xcode. A little bit. Because I like Apple, the Xcode, but it's just not as mature as what Codec Standalone is. So that's why I love Codec Standalone. It just makes it a lot easier for me. A lot easier. But yes, I'll put somewhere in the comments or something later how to download those skills because you can. And actually, Codex can help you do it for you if you want. Codex, I could say, hey, go download the skills from Xcode 27 and put them in the Codex skills folder so you can use them for the new APIs. And I will do that. Actually, I already have them. And it uses the same skills that Apple has and the same powers. Really, all Apple's doing is adding different things. They may have optimized for the iOS documentation and things, but honestly, I've noticed a worse performance with Xcode than Codec Standalone.
5.6 Soul I menu pop-up collapsed button.
All right.
You are currently on the button. To any chain add files is free. Step 2/4 scroll to bottom. Session show default all focused settings test pass. And clean debug builds now pass for iPhone/iPad simulator targets and macOS. I'm now using the iOS debugger workflow to launch the build app and inspect the actual settings hierarchy on iPhone and iPad. Then I'll inspect the macOS settings window. This is the point where the skill shifts verification from source only checks the rendered UI and accessibility state. You are currently on.
Cool. So it fixed the automated test and now it's working and making sure it's going to launch it. And I'll probably test it soon. So That's good to know. Also, if OpenAI releases a new model, Xcode has to update. There's hacks and things, but Xcode has to update in order to get the new model. Like, let's say 5.6, Xcode had to update in order to do that because sometimes it doesn't ship with the newest model. Like, I remember there's one where we had Claude, what was it, Opus 4.6, and Michael had to do some kind of weird hack to get it working with Xcode agents. It's really cool what Xcode's done, and it's matured. Oh,
Space with Zoom. Us containing Windows Zoom Workplace. Simulator. iPhone 17.
this is called computer use. You notice something happened where VoiceOver was reading something. Codex is controlling my computer right now, and it's testing on the simulator. The simulator is okay with VoiceOver. I prefer doing it on a physical device. But for Codex, it's actually the best because Codex can control the app through a simulator on my device. And what it's doing is it's actually doing testing and things like visually on the simulator. It's clicking different things. And Codex does this through a thing called browser/computer use. This is one of the reasons I use Codex and that Claude is okay at this, but Codex is so much better.
Phone is launched in the background.
Ah, somebody's calling me. Great. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, I'm checking. I think our intelligence bill got approved. Let's see. Well, oh, 70 Desktop Mastodon. Why do I use Codex? Well, this is an interesting question. So the reason I use Codex is because Codex actually is a lot better for Swift. And Claude Code kind of makes a mess of iOS apps. Also, Codex has better computer use. Like I'm talking about where it's using the simulator. Does it need my attention? It should tell me. But that's why I use Codex. All right. I'm just looking at this real quick to make sure. The emulator is pretty cool. So actually, iOS has what's called a simulator. So it doesn't simulate the entire iOS. It actually simulates enough for your app to run. So the difference between Android and iOS is Android, it's actually an emulator. iOS, it's a simulator, which is simulating that app. Oh, it closed that simulator.
Now with
Codex
iPad.
is done with it.
A16. iOS 26.
Oh, now it's testing on the iPad. Did you hear VoiceOver say iPad? iOS 26? So Codex booted another simulator, killed the other simulator, and testing on the iPad to make sure it looks good. It's really cool.
Settings. Now
Now,
ready for Apple Intelligence. Time to experience the new personal intelligence system.
that's weird. I've already used Apple Intelligence on my Mac. Oh, it's saying on the simulator. Oh my gosh, that was so weird. Okay, I've never seen that before. It sent a notification, but VoiceOver acted like it was on my main device, but it was in the simulator. So that's very fascinating. Hmm. Okay.
Chat GPT 1 chat view an image. View an image.
What is
You are
Codex doing?
stop
Let
view
me
an
go
image
look.
waiting for your
See, it has all these
waiting for
images.
computer use. Allow chat always allow deny allow this conversation button. Deny always allow chat GPT to use transcribe. You are currently on the select.
Now it's going to test my own app. You said allow ChatGPT to use transcribe. That's computer use. Yes, I want to allow it.
Always deny allow this conversation button. Do anything text.
There
Security
you
agent is
go.
not application. System dialog.
That was
Perspective
my
transcribe wants to
teaching.
use your password. Secure
for
text field.
Revenue Cat, our
You are currently on the
subscriptions.
text field. To enter text in this field, type. This is a secure text field. Text typed into this field will not be displayed and will not be
I
spoken by
can
VoiceOver.
type. There we
Help
go.
always deny allow default and always allow button. ChatGPT.
Okay, I just hit allow. So there we go. Is it still doing something? Let me check for system dialog.
Chat Windows 2 instructions. Application. Problem
Oh, it
report for
crashed.
transcribe. Help button. Text. Translated report. Full report below. Translated report. Full copy.
Okay, I'll
Help but
fix
hide
that
details
later. I
button.
just copied it.
OK button. ChatGPT. Add 5 3-step scroll landing app. Toggle side panel. Toggle button. Do anything. Change add 3 files. Change.
I just pressed E to look at it. Let's
Step
see.
scroll running. Stop the first macOS launch attempt timed out because the verification build was produced with code signing disabled, so macOS would not start it. No Perspective Transcribe instance is running. I'm making a separate signed debug build for inspection. Then I'll open its settings window. This does not alter the repository or installed app. You are
I'm
currently on
gonna
the
why it's
selectable
doing
text.
that. Okay, that's weird. Why are you disabling code signing? Oh, wow. You already know that I have an Apple developer account. I bet what it's trying to do is get around it, which honestly I'm not too happy about because we already know that the code signing really helps make sure the Mac, actually recognize it as legitimate. But then the app keeps crashing on Mac, so I'll have to fix that as a separate bug later. But it's definitely very interesting. Maybe it'll fix it right now. I don't know. Let me see what it's doing. But it's taking images of things.
Use requested use heading the first Mac ran a command. The first macOS launch attempt. I ran a scroll to step 2/4. 3 files.
Wow, context compacting. Yay. That's cool. Okay. So it's context compacting again. All right. So let's wait for Codex to do its thing.
Application. Alert transcribe is launched in the background.
Did we crash?
You allow perspective allow help but chat add files and more and computer use can add files and more collapsed
Okay,
button.
just
Chat
look at
Windows user menu
system
3 items.
dialog.
System dialog. Alert from user notification. Alert help allow perspective don't allow button. Chat GPT 3 files changed plus 40. Chat Windows user menu 2 items. Exit full screen. Chat GPT. Chat
Okay, we're
3
good.
files changed.
I want to make
Step
sure we
scroll
have the
landing toggle
system
and
dialog
the
again.
replanning toggle and for the implementation and iPhone /iPad checks are complete. I'm finishing the macOS runtime visual pass now. Then I'll do one final diff/reference audit and give you the full 10-part report. You are currently on the selectable text.
Do you see how detailed this is with the ChatGPT prompts? And because I gave it, like, what I did is I gave it a technical brief. So somebody was asking on Mastodon, how did ChatGPT get this much context? Well, what I did is I gave ChatGPT a full brief. I even added, like, had Codex say where each function is, what each file does, like, give it all the detail, almost like if I was hiring a human engineer. And then what that does is ChatGPT knows what is in each file and it can infer. And then every time I make changes, I give it a chat transcript and I set a custom keyboard shortcut with Command Shift M because that's not native for copying markdown transcripts. And what that allows me to do is ChatGPT knows everything about that project. And so if it sees something wrong, it can tell me, oh, this is what's wrong. And then also if, for the different prompts and things, it knows how to make it correct, right? It knows about visuals. I need to make sure it looks good. So that's why it's being so detailed. I can dictate something so similar about this, but at least now it
Codex
knows.
web content.
Oh, is it done?
You are currently 3 files changed plus step scroll toggle to share chat actions do anything text enter change add 5 3 step scroll end of lib because its settings because its seated button did not appear. Scope 10 under and cleanup and was terminated. Response complete.
Great.
List 10 items. 1. Original structure. Recording 2. Original structure. Recording. Transcription. Speakers. Chat. Models and downloads. Quick capture on macOS. Export. Data and storage. Accessibility. All access. Help. And about. 1 of 10. You are
Okay.
currently 2. Singleton audit. List 3 items. White bullet recording contained 1 preference. Instant white bullet export actually contained no persistent preference in the current source. Only informational rows describing 5 export options. 2 of 3. White bullet no other 1 preference categories were found. The end of list. White bullet no other 1 preference categories were found. The remaining informational destinations contain multiple related sections or actions. 3 of 3. You are currently on the text element.
Okay.
End of list. 3. Consolidation. List 2 items. White bullet instant record moved into a new recording section at the top of recording and transcription. 1 of 2. White bullet export format information moved into data and storage. 2 of 2. End of list. 4. Remove code. List 3 items. Level 2 white bullet removed the recording white bullet removed recording settings detailed white bullet removed the recording and export navigation cases, titles, icons, destinations, and default selection references. 1 of 3. White bullet removed recording settings detail view and export settings view. 2 of 3. White bullet searches found no remaining routes, tests, analytics, deep links, or settings references to the removed destinations. 3 of end of list. 5. Persistence. List 4 items. White bullet instant record still uses an app storage. Instant record with the same true default. 1 of 4. White bullet no migration is required. Existing preferences survive the move. 2 of 4.
Good.
White bullet export had no settings storage key or persistent default. 3 of 4. White bullet export generators, formats, and session export call sites were untouched. 4 of 4. End of list. 6. Accessibility. List 6 items. Level 2. White bullet inspected accessibility trees on iPhone, iPad, and Mac OS. 1 of 6. White bullet instant record remains a labeled switch with an exposed on/off value and descriptive hint. 2 of 6. White bullet language remains a correctly labeled picker. Other toggles retain their roles and white bullet no duplicate label controls or redundant recording/export navigation levels were present.
Good.
4 of white bullet toggled instant record off and back on to confirm state updates. 5 of 6. White bullet this was semantic accessibility inspection, not a physical device spoken voice over pass.
Yes, I
6 of
know.
6. End of list. 7. Visual checks. List 3 items. Left white bullet inspected settings root, recording and transcription, and data and storage on iPhone, iPad split view, and the native Mac OS settings window. 1 of 3. White bullet section spacing, headers, rows, dividers, scrolling, and empty space behavior were clean. 2 of 3. White
Good.
bullet the compact Mac OS sidebar can truncate longer visual labels, as it already does for several existing categories.
Ooh,
The
I
complete
love
accessibility
visual
labels and window titles remain available. 3 of 3. End of list. 8. Verification. List 8 items. Level white bullet focused settings navigation tests. 2/white bullet full unit test portion passed. 2 of 8. White bullet full UI suite. White bullet iPhone simulator build/run. White bullet iPad simulator build/run. 6. White bullet Mac OS signed and unsigned debug builds. Succeeded. White bullet git diff. Check. Passed. White bullet Word compatible RTF, PDF, Markdown, and audio implementations were unchanged and compiled on supported
Good.
platforms. End of list. 9. Files changed. List 3 white bullet settings view. White bullet. Setting white bullet 2 of data settings view. Swift. Line 21. Button. Group. White bullet settings end of no current developer documentation describes the complete hierarchy, so no documentation update was needed.
Oh, that might be
You are
something
currently
we
on
need
a
to
10.
add.
Intentionally out of scope. List 3 item white bullet the instant record key is not read outside settings in the current source. I preserved it and did not alter
Okay.
recording the white bullet the existing export all data button as an empty action. 2 of 3. White
Ooh.
bullet informational destinations such as speakers and accessibility remain because they contain multiple related explanations rather than a lone
Alright.
preference. 3 of end of list. End of list. The changes remain uncommitted. Review image.
Alright, now
Do anything. Text entry area E insertion at end of text. You are currently on the text area. Group.
we're
Do any-
gonna take it to my iPhone. And I'm gonna actually test this on my iPhone. So we're gonna switch screens and I'm gonna show you guys what Transcribe looks like. How much is Transcribe? Well, Transcribe is a free feature, free plan. You can transcribe, you can summarize, you can choose the models you want. The only paid features right now are where you can get action items like tasks and importing recordings. We're adding speaker diarization, so it'll say like Taylor said this, Michael said that. That's going to be paid, and as well as we're adding other things as well. But the quick capture as well on Mac is going to be paid. So it's the same subscription for Perspective Intelligence, $6 a year, a month, 50 a year. If you already have it, you have Transcribe. You just need to restore purchases or potentially it will just show up. But so yeah, that's really cool. I like it. You guys should check it out. PerspectiveApps.net has all of our apps. So you guys can check out what we have. And I'll show you guys a little demo of Perspective Transcribe while we're testing it here. Let me look here. Let's see what we got.
Add files, scroll, and settings. The end of list. The change review, change image, edited review, undo, review, perspective, transcribe,
Is this
do
what I
anything,
put on
text
my
entry
phone?
area, change, add file, scroll, well, zoom, and fork, bad, good copy, heading level 4, installed and launched the updated Perspective
Yep.
Transcribe build on your paired iPhone 17 Pro. You can open settings and try the new organization now. You are currently on the selectable text.
All right. Let me show you guys
Simulator.
this.
Parallels desk Windows Finder. Zoom. Zoom.
I'm gonna switch
Mute
screen.
mute audio. Unmute audio.
I'm gonna show you guys the what the hold on. Oh my. What the world? Okay, hold on. I'm having issues. Wait a minute. Oh, it's already connected via cable. Hold on. Give me a minute. Oh.
Actions available. Log. Move up. Annotate. Curve. Move up. Button.
Okay.
Speaker session volume recording button. Status recording. Export point recording. 14. Transcript available. Summary available. Ready button. Actions available.
So here's transcribe. So you notice that I've got transcribe open. You see my screen or you hear it. You can hopefully hear voiceover, maybe. And we got transcribe open. So I'm gonna look at our new settings and let's see. And this is transcribe if you guys have not seen it before. I'll show you guys a little demo later. But I'm gonna show you guys the settings. Let's see if I fixed it.
Settings button.
Settings.
Button. Close the settings. Speakers button. Recording and transcription button. Settings. Setting. Recording and speakers. Chat button. Models and downloads button. Data and storage button. Accessibility button. All access button. Help button.
Love it.
Recording and transcription button. Settings. Done button. Close settings. Recording and transcription button.
Let me check
Recording
this
heading.
recording.
Default transcription heading. Start recording as soon as you tap the record button. Turn this off if you instant record switch button on. When on, tapping the record. Start recording as soon as you tap the record button. Turn this off if you prefer to review before recording starts.
Okay.
Default transcription heading. Therapy for everyday recordings. Perspective Transcribe uses its standard private transcription model automatically. No model choice is required. Whisper for difficult audio heading. Use whisper switch button off. Use this whisper is optional for noisy rooms, strong accents, or distant voices. Downloading a whisper model does not switch this on automatically. Spoken language heading. Language. Detect automatically button pop up. Let the app choose the language spoken in each recording. Let the app choose the language spoken in each recording.
Great. Do you hear that? I could just
Recording and
go
transcription
out of here.
settings back button.
I'm gonna
Recording
go
and transcription
record.
button.
Let's see.
Settings heading. Done button. Close the settings. Record button. Starts recording. Stat. Elapsed recording time 1 second. Pause recording button. Temporarily pause the current recording session. Actions available.
This is a simple test of Transcribe's new settings. I'm testing to make sure recording still works, because that would be a huge embarrassment. All right, let me stop it.
Stop recording button. Save the day heading.
And then it will
Selected summaries, setting up
transcribe.
transcription. This may take a few minutes. In progress.
Setting up transcription.
Transcription. This may take a few minutes. In progress.
All right, we're still setting up.
Setting up transcription. This may take a few minutes. Playback position 00007. Transcribing 83%. Turning your recording into text. Creating summary and action items. Reviewing the transcript
Look
for
at
details and
that.
tasks. In progress.
83%.
A test of new settings is conducted to ensure recording overview heading. Share button. Copy button. Share button. Copy button.
This
Share
is
button.
a summary if you guys haven't seen this before.
Overview heading. A test of new settings is conducted to ensure recording functionality. The test is intended to prevent embarrassment.
Look at that. Another good
Key
summary.
points heading. Key point 1. A test of new settings is conducted. Key point 2. The test is intended to ensure recording functionality. Playback position 00007. Rewind 15 seconds button.
How are we doing our summaries? We're using Apple foundation models, the foundation models that are on your phone, as well as you can download like other models like Gemma or other like on-device models, but it starts off with the model that's on your phone if you have an Apple 15 Pro or above. So that is summary. Let's look at our transcript.
Copy button. Status. Ready. Action items. Chat button. Transcript button. Selected summary. Transcript button. 2 of 4. Selected transcript. 2 of 4. Speaker 1 button. Free transcript heading.
Oh, speaker 1. Where'd my name go? Let me try to rename this. I'll show you guys speakers. Let's see if this works.
Rename to speaker for this always is a speaker 1 button. Rename to speaker for this. Cancel button. Name for speaker 1. This name applies only to this recording. Tap delete.
What? This name applies only to this recording.
This name applies only to this recording. Tap this name applies only to this recording. Other recordings keep their own speaker labels.
No.
Cap Y. Yankee. Cap T.
We need to
Tank.
fix
Cap T.
that.
A. Alpha. A. U. Uniform Y. Yank Y. L. Lima. L. O. Oscar. O. T. Tango R. R. Save button.
Let me make sure that that's true.
Taylor button. This always is a simple Taylor button. Rename to speaker for this
See, it
recording.
says Taylor.
Sessions. Back button.
I'm gonna do
Record button. Starts
record.
recording. Status. Recording. Elapsed recording time 1 second. Pause recording button.
Do you
Temporarily pause
know
the current
who I
recording session.
am?
Actions available.
This is a test to make sure that the recording is actually going to work. If the summaries and the speakers are going to just show for this recording only, I'm not going to be too happy about that. Let's check it out.
Stop recording button. Save.
Stop
Transcribing. Stop recording button.
transcribing. Okay.
To ensure recording functions properly. Overview heading. Share button. Copy button. Share button. Overview. The speaker is conducting a test to ensure recording functions properly. They express concern about the results being limited to the test recording.
Look at
Overview
that.
heading. Share button. Copy button. Status. Action items. Chat button. Free transcript. Chat button. Action item status. Ready. Copy button.
I don't know what that status ready is. We're going to have to look at that too.
Button. Chat button. 3 of 4. Transcript button. 2 of 4. Selected transcript. 2 of 4. Speaker 1 button. Rename the speaker for this recording. You know who I am. This is a test to make sure that the recording is actually going to work. If the summaries and the speakers are going to just show for this recording only, I'm not going to be too happy. Actions available.
Yeah, no, that's not going to
Session
work.
options button. August 24th, 2026. August 24th,
All right, we got
2026.
some work
12:22
to
p.m.
do.
17. iPhone heading.
And you noticed it said iPhone. Why did it say iPhone? Because you can actually do this with your watch as well. You know, I probably should have slowed my phone down, but oh well. Oops. Hopefully you guys were able to understand that and it was coming through. All right. All right. So that is unfortunate. I got some work to do. You guys aren't going to hear parallels, but I'll give you what I'm going to do in return is I'm going to give you guys when I put it from ChatGPT, I'm going to give it to you guys in the text box. You can hear it with NVDA. Let me go back to parallels because I don't know what's up with this. Actually, no, I need to commit first. Hold on.
So system dialog. You are screen sharing. You have started screen share. Zoom.
All right.
As new window.
Let's start with this
You are
now.
currently on the button. Group.
Let
So
me
click
go.
this button. Press ChatGPT 1. ChatGPT space head installed and launched the updated perspective. Good response. Copy button. Group. Do anything. Text entry area E. Insertion at end of text. Group. Do anything. Text entry area. Do anything. Line 1. Insertion at beginning of text. You are currently on the text area. Codecs. Web content. Terminal
Okay.
allow network access to push the commit allow once
Yes,
button.
push.
Approve allow once button. Do anything. Text entry area. Do anything. Line 1. Insertion at beginning of text. You are currently on the text area. Response complete. Push to main. Commit. 595,523. Simplify settings. Navigation remote. Origin / main
Great.
local and remote commits match working tree is clean. Copied
We're gonna take
conversation
them.
simulator. Parallels
All right,
Windows
we're going
11.
back to
Parallels
parallels
test
real
space
quick.
unable to connect Apple image. Unable Skype image.
That's
Help me.
okay.
OK button. Windows 11.
Whatever. I don't care about that.
Title
All
message.
right, parallels here. I'm gonna make
Windows
this
11
really quick
title.
because you guys can't
You
hear
are
with
currently on the text
NVDA.
element.
My apologies about that.
Keyboard button.
What I'm gonna do is I'm
Actions
gonna give it to
available.
you guys
You are
later
currently on the
once
button
I
inside of a toolbar.
get out
To
of
click this button,
ChatGPT.
press Control.
There we go. I'm gonna dictate. Hey,
Option space to move.
VoiceOver. I'm hearing issues when I'm looking at the speakers. It says I click on a name and it says this is only recording or remembered for this recording only. I'm do not like that because if I rename a speaker, I probably want it to be for all recordings, and I also want to make sure it syncs across my devices. So if I rename one on Mac or Windows, not Windows, but iOS, I'd expect for it to be recording the names on all the platforms. So can we go ahead and fix the speaker diarization so it will actually, if I rename it once, it will save it in the speaker settings and then it will show across all platforms? That would be great. I would really appreciate that. I submit. Okay. Then prompt. Let's see what ChatGPT says. It's searching project context. Okay. All right. So all right. I'm waiting for it to give me. It sometimes won't copy right away, so I'm still generating. So go in here. What do you guys think about this? Chat's been quiet. Do you like the process? Oh, what the?
Windows 11 Chat GPT Zoom. Zoom. Stop mute. Stop video. Stop audio options. Mute my audio button. Group.
Okay, there we go. I want to make sure I was
Parallels desktop. Windows
unmuted
11.
still.
Parallels
All
desktop
right,
button.
copy. I'm
Windows
gonna
11 Zoom. Chat GPT 1 Chat
show
GPT
you
space
guys
with
the
change do anything.
process
Text
here.
entry area do anything.
Okay,
Change add
archive
fast scroll
already?
to 12. 1 memory
No,
citation button. Group do anything.
archives.
Text entry area do anything. Line 1.
I'll show you
Insertion at
guys
beginning of
the
text.
prompt
Main.
here.
Paste. Change do anything. Text entry area do anything. Line 1. Change format
Me
files and remove paste show in text field button.
show in text field so I can just read it.
5.6 do anything.
There
Text
we go.
entry area pound codecs task. Make speaker names persistent and sync across devices. Line 152. Insertion at beginning of word is pound objective. Fix the speaker diarization naming system so that renaming a speaker is no longer treated as a recording only change. Right now, when a user renames a detected speaker, the UI communicates that the name is remembered only for that recording. That is not the desired behavior. The expected product behavior is asterisk rename a speaker once. Asterisk save that person as a persistent speaker and asterisk settings greater than speakers asterisk reuse that saved name wherever the app can identify that speaker. Asterisk synchronize saved speaker information across the user's devices. Asterisk A speaker renamed on iPhone should be available on Mac. Asterisk A speaker renamed on Mac should be available on iPhone/iPad. Asterisk existing recording specific speaker assignments must continue working. This should use the existing app architecture wherever possible rather than introducing a parallel speaker system. Important architectural requirement. Do not implement this by globally mapping labels such as asterisk backquote speaker 1 backquote, asterisk backquote speaker 2 backquote,
Yeah, okay.
asterisk codecs do
That's just
anything.
a lot of. This is like a long one. All right. So yeah, I was afraid I scared everybody off. Okay. So I got this done. So I'm doing this second round of the next process here. And my goal is to try to fix this so that the speakers work across the devices. We're going to also check Mac as well in a minute, but we're going to see if this works.
Step 1 planning is the project is Swift UI based, so I'm using the Swift UI pattern guidance for the rename and setting surfaces. It will keep the change aligned with the app's existing state ownership, navigation, and accessibility patterns while I trace the underlying persistence separately. You are currently
Okay.
on the selectable text.
All right. So there we go. So I'm just looking at this
Heading the
right
project
now.
read 5. Heading level 4. The first audit pass found that the app already has a voice profile model, a speaker name resolver, and 256
Okay.
dimensional per speaker embeddings coming out of the local diarization pass.
Wow,
I'm
that's
now
a lot of
determining whether those pieces are fully wired into Swift Data / Cloud Kit and whether rename currently creates a recording local profile or a reusable identity. I'm not assuming the existing names imply correct behavior. You are currently on the text element.
Okay, so it's really, really working at it right now. It's trying to figure out what's up with the speaker diarization. All right, so what are the questions you guys have about this? I think I'm pretty excited about all of this, though. Yeah, the emulate, yes, let's
Heading
see.
left. The first off searching. Step
What
1
is it
slash 6
doing?
audit speaker. Step 1 slash 6.
Ooh, step 1 out of 6. Ooh, this is gonna take a while. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one because it's gonna audit everything. It's gonna tell me what's going on. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. Because sometimes, how is the longest step I've had? 1 out of 9 or 10. So this is not horrible, but for the amount of, hold on, checking. Okay, I'm gonna see if my the app got reviewed for intelligence. Nope, not yet. It'll probably get reviewed sooner or later. Okay, so Codex is working away, and
2 file add files and 2 step scroll toggle side toggle pin summary. Select do
oh,
anything.
it's
Text
doing
entry area
something.
EJ add file 2 step scroll searching files. It is already cloud kit backed but completely unused. The diarizer
Oh,
also produces local 256 value speaker centroids, but they are discarded after the recording pass. I'm implementing
that's
a
not
stable
good.
per session cluster 2 profile GUID map, preserving the old name map as a compatibility fallback, and using conservative on device embedding matching only when a unique high confidence profile exists. You are currently on the text element.
Okay.
Voice is already designing speak scroll to bottom design is already cloud kit backed but completely unused. The diarizer also produces local 256 value speaker centroids, but they are discarded after the recording pass. I'm implementing a stable per session cluster 2 profile GUID map, preserving the old name map as a compatibility fallback, and using conservative on device embedding matching only when a unique high confidence profile exists. Reading S scroll to step 1 slash 6.
I know this is kind of boring, because Codex is just working. All right, let's see what else we got.
Scroll step 1 10 step scroll search is already cloud kit backed but completely
This is
unused.
still
The
going.
diarizer also produces local 256 value speaker centroids, but they are discarded after the recording pass. I'm implementing a stable per session cluster 2 profile GUID map, preserving the old name map as a compatibility fallback, and using conservative on device embedding matching only when a unique high confidence profile exists. You are currently on the text element.
I don't don't think we're gonna get to as much as I wanted to today, but that's okay. I'm gonna probably stream for an hour and a half, and I got work to do, but at least you guys can see what I'm up to. And I want to at least get this one done, and then we might. At least you guys can see the process. The process, I love this process. It seemed to work really well. Um, all right. I say that, and we'll see what
Voice
happens.
profile. Now is voice is already edit heading level. The core wiring is now in place. Profiles are authoritative by UID. Recording local
Oh,
labels
here we
remain
go.
local. Embedding stay on device / private sync. And legacy per recording names remain as a fallback rather than being merged by text. I'm doing a compile pass now before adding the full regression suite because Swift data / Swift 6 actor isolation issues are best caught at this boundary. You are currently on the selectable text.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, it's working on something. It's compiling regression testing. Regressions are basically things that we already fixed, and then they come back. We don't want regressions. I don't like regressions, so this is kind of something that I always try to make sure that I fix as much as I can. All right. Let's check this out, as this is gonna work. All right, so this is still working on it. It's testing
Heading to the core wire
now.
trans heading level. The first compile reached the app target and found the settings view compiler error. Dependency and model / service
Oh,
compilation progress normally. I'm isolating that exact Swift error now. Then I'll resume with focused test rather than treating this first pass as validation. Designing in member step 1/11 files chat file change permission.
it's still testing it. That's cool. Okay.
Add 5 change from add 5 13 step 1 editing 5. The first compile reached the app target and found the settings view compiler error. Dependency and model / service compilation progress normally. I'm isolating that exact Swift error now. Then I'll resume with focused test rather than treating this first pass as allow once button. Terminal may I
Oh,
access core simulator outside the sandbox to run the not allow once button.
yes, you can. Go ahead.
Change to anything text enter.
Go ahead. Get it done. Let's get the testing going here. Okay. So I got that done. And now I'm waiting for this to go. It's still working.
Response. The simulator test build is still running with quiet output. No test failure
Jeez.
has surfaced yet. The suite includes profile creation / linking, duplicate name isolation, legacy compatibility. Simulator as new window.
Here's
You
a
are currently on the
simulator.
text area. Context usage. 92 5 context to any
Oh,
add
it's
13
gonna
step 1 scroll
compact
to top designing in memory.
together.
The simulator test build is still running with quiet designing in memory model container setup.
Yay.
You are currently on the selectable text.
Okay. Okay. Have you guys tried to make apps? How's it gone? I'm just curious what y'all's processes are. I'm definitely happy about these changes that we've made. I like the app a lot more now for transcribe, but the speakers definitely need some work.
Response. The focused iPhone simulator suite passed all 11 tests. I'm tightening one cross-device edge case before
Oh,
broader validation. Concurrent offline first renames of the same recording cluster should converge on the same profile UID. So I'm making creation deterministic from session UID, local cluster ID, and adding safe duplicate reconciliation without ever using speaker 1 globally. You are currently in the group.
great. Okay. Oh, you never tried to make a phone app? You like user scripts to add things to websites? Yeah, I love making apps. I think it's a little annoying sometimes, but I love making them. And I really
Simulator
love,
add new window.
oh, it's doing
You are
something
currently on
else.
the selectable text.
Stop it. I really love to see how apps come to life, even from using AI, because I still have to do a lot of like thinking and architecting. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. All right, what else we got? Oh, YouTube user script at the current time. Interesting. Do you YouTube stream as well, Didaho? It's cool. I'll have to look your channel up. All right, what are we doing, Codex? Come on, let's
Heading
go.
level 4 to heading the focused iPhone simulator suite past all 11 tests. I'm tightening one cross-device edge case before broader validation. Concurrent offline first renames of the edited files. Context of step 1/6.
Uh,
13
it's already compacting, and we're at 13 files changed. Step 1 out of 6. Okay, this is cool. But Codex takes forever, but I feel like it does a great job. So that's why I'm kind of like, yeah. I think I'm even in fast mode too. I'll have to look. I will have to look. I think I'm in fast mode. Okay.
Step 1 scroll to designing deterministic profile running RTN. The focused persistent suite is now green. All 13 speaker identity tests pass on iPhone simulator and the iOS build succeeds. I'm doing a final data integrity review now, especially duplicate profile convergence, lingering recording only wording, and every downstream name resolution path before running the broader platform builds. You are currently on the selectable text.
But if you guys haven't, join our Discord because even if I'm not streaming, I'm always talking about AI and technology. It's one of the first links in the description. You can also go to techopolis.app/discord. But if you join that, then you can always talk to me as well outside of streams and to all of our other members. And if you haven't downloaded Perspective Intelligence yet, you know what to do. Go
Response.
download
The
it.
duplicate sync edge case is now
Oh,
covered. If a profile arrives before its recording
what?
association, the app reuses the deterministic profile GUID instead of inserting another person. I also added foreground reconciliation by GUID only, never by name, and a regression test for that out of order delivery case. Next time validating iPhone and macOS in parallel.
It's called Perspective Intelligence. And you can go to perspectiveintelligence.app to find out more, or perspectiveapps.net. And we have a new Mac version out today, so if you're on the Mac, go
Simulator
download
add
it.
new window.
You can
You are
chat with
currently
your
on the selectable
PDF
text.
files, your Word files now. Trust me, I put a 150-page PDF through it yesterday, and it did a great job. So it is fully accessible as well. Check out Perspective Intelligence.
Response. The updated suite is heading context off, heading focus, edited, heading level. The audit found one subtle but important risk. The diarizer exposes reusable voice vectors, but the app had no validated cross-recording recognition threshold. I'm tightening this so the persistence work cannot silently identify the wrong person. The stable profile/association layer will remain correct even if automatic recognition must stay conservative or disabled pending real voice calibration. Edited a file. Heading level 4. The duplicate sync edge case is now covered. If a profile arrives before its recording association, the app reuses the deterministic profile GUID instead of inserting another person. I also added foreground reconciliation by GUID only, never by name, and a regression test for that out of order delivery case. Next time validating iPhone and macOS in parallel. Grand commands. Heading level 4. The updated suite is green with 14/14 tests on iPhone simulator, and the macOS app built successfully. I'm moving to iPad plus the full unit suite now, while checking whether physical iOS hardware is connected for the requested device level verification.
Yes, it is.
You are currently on the selectable text.
My computer's really spinning up now. Wow. That's insane. Like my fan is spinning up.
Simulator as new window. Simulator as new window. You are currently on the selectable text.
Did you guys hear that through a chat? My fan's going
Heading
all
level 4
insane.
and heading the up running. Step 15 add 5 step 1 slash 50 add
It's
change.
still in step 1, so that's fantastic. We'll have to see.
To any contact 5 to any J add 5 step scroll and persistence. Enhancing speaker rename. Scroll
Oh,
step
it's
1.
still okay. Still going. Still working. All right. So still working on the script, the issues here with speakers. I hope to fix this soon. We'll see. But it's really cool because like when I got to work, I said Taylor, so this, and then it will say like Michael, and then this paragraph. So it has like speakers before each of the paragraphs. It's really really cool. I like it. And imagine I just like I've got a whole group of friends that I talk to on Discord voice, and I could just imagine. I'm hoping it will do a really good job. We'll see. We will see. I'm using Fluid Audio for the speakers.
Scroll step 1 7 step scroll running. The accessibility review surfaced a concrete issue in my first pass.
Oh,
An unnamed local cluster could be announced as a saved speaker, and speaker 1 was spoken twice. I'm correcting the semantics so VoiceOver explicitly distinguishes detected speaker 1 from Taylor. Saved speaker, speaker 1 and is recording, then adding an end-to-end UI test that renames from the transcript. Verify settings, renames again there, relaunches,
okay.
and confirms persistence. Running started. Step 117 files J add files and more.
Wow, that's a little insane. So it found an issue, so it's fixing it again. But for the speakers,
Simulator as new window.
let's do a
You are currently
simulator
on the button.
test.
Group. To click.
All right, so let's keep going. Let's check this out. I'm trying to.
7. Step 1 running. The accessibility review
All
surfaced a
right,
concrete issue in my first pass. An unnamed local cluster could be announced as a saved speaker, and speaker 1 was spoken
safe.
twice. I'm correcting the semantics so VoiceOver explicitly distinguishes detected speaker 1 from Taylor. Saved speaker, speaker 1 and is recording, then adding an end-to-end UI test that renames from the transcript. Verify settings, renames again there, relaunches, and confirms persistence. You are
That's a
currently on the
long
selectable text.
test. Okay.
Running stop. Step 117 file add files and more. Allow once button. Deny allow once button. You are do anything. Change add file step 1 and the accessibility review surfaced a concrete issue in my first pass. An unnamed local cluster could be announced as a saved speaker, and speaker 1 was spoken twice. I'm correcting the semantics so VoiceOver explicitly distinguishes detected speaker 1 from Taylor. Saved speaker, speaker 1 and is planning row step 117 step 1 slash 6. Planning robust test data reset the accessibility planning step 17 add change permissions do anything text enter.
There we go. I thought it was broken, but it's not. It's just taking a while. All right, so we're waiting on codecs.
Change add 57 step 1 running audible. The accessibility review surfaced a concrete issue in my first pass. An unnamed local cluster could be announced as a saved speaker, and speaker 1
Oh,
simulator as new window.
just cut
You are
off because it
currently on the
started reading
selectable text.
simulators. Okay, that's cool. Codex does a lot of things autonomously, and sometimes voiceover just gets cut off, like you just saw.
Running step 1 slash 17 step 1 running the heading level 4 the accessibility review surfaced a concrete issue in my first pass. An unnamed local cluster could be announced as a saved speaker, and speaker 1 was spoken twice. I'm correcting the semantics so VoiceOver explicitly distinguishes detected speaker 1 from Taylor. Saved speaker, speaker 1 and is recording, then adding an end-to-end UI test that renames from the transcript. Verify settings, renames again there, relaunches, and confirms persistence. You are currently on the selectable text. Heading read files. Heading DX edit. Heading level the new end-to-end UI test passes. It exercises the real transcript and settings views. Verifies both instances of the same recording local cluster update immediately. Checks the detected versus saved accessibility labels. Renames the saved profile in settings. Relaunches the app and confirms the profile persisted. I'm now building the same code for the connected iPhone 17 Pro. Running startup. Step 1
Oh,
slash 6. 17
okay.
files change.
It's gonna test it on my phone now. Cool.
Allow once button. Terminal allow installing the verified debug build on deny allow once but do anything text entry area E insertion and end of text. You are currently on the text area.
Transcribe. All right. Oh, is it still recording? Hold on. Test 1, 2, 3. I'm just testing this before I open on the Mac. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. I'm just saying stuff in my phone to make sure it works, and then I'll show you guys on the stream. Stop.
Simulator as new window. You are currently on the text area. Simulator as new window. You are currently on the text area.
Oh, okay. I love this. Oh no. Didn't work. Hold on. Let me try this again. Before I put it on stream. All right. Let me try this again. This is a simple test of the recording system. The goal is to make sure that this will work and to find speakers effectively so that I can be in this recording as a speaker and it doesn't say speaker 1. Yay! Good job! I'm gonna cancel that. All right, I'm gonna show you guys on stream and we're gonna go ahead
Parallels
and end it
desktop. Windows
soon
11. Zoom.
because I gotta get
Zoom.
back to work. But this at least helped me with some work, so I'll show you guys. Okay, so let me show you guys the new update.
Session option August 24. Sessions back button.
So I'm gonna go record.
Record button. Start status. Recording.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Select recording time 4 seconds.
Oops.
Status. Recording.
It's stuff. It's trying to do stuff. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I guess I didn't realize this thing was done testing, but either way, it's on my phone now. Testing 1, 2, 3 again.
Stop recording button. Save and process.
Save and record.
Selected summary. Creating summary and action items. Review the transcript for key points and tasks. In progress.
Okay.
Key point 2. Key point 1. The testing process. Key points heading. The testing process is complete. Overview heading. Share button. Copy cut status. Action item. Chat button. Transcript. Selected summary. Transcript button 2 of 4. Selected. Taylor. Save speaker. Speaker 1 is recording button. Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, this stuff is trying to do stuff. 1, 2, 3. 1. Playback position 0, 0, 0,
Great.
0, 16.
This is done in my
Shuffle down
opinion.
to adjust the value.
I think it works well. So I have to test it on Mac. But y'all, this has been a good stream. I'm gonna take last questions, but I want to make sure. Hold on. I'm gonna stop my screen share. I gotta get more work done. But hopefully this was a good stream for y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll take a couple questions and then we'll go ahead and leave. That was a pretty good. So All right, y'all. I'm gonna head out. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description. Join the Discord. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys soon.